WWE wrestler, The Mac.
And I'm Showtime Stevie Stamos.
Have you ever dreamed of owning your own race car and taking it out for a test drive? Well, thanks to our friends at Rent a Race Car, you can!
Visit www.rentaracecarne.com for all the details on how you can take one of these babies out to Stafford Motor Speedway. We'll see you at the races.
Touchdown!
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Vidane TV. What better way to kick off Memorial Day weekend than one of the 120 laps here at Charlotte Motor Speedway? Just want to take a quick look here at the sponsors. RSI Group brought Kim Quick. He's bringing you tonight's race here. The network engineer. He's the president of the company. Give him a shout if you need him for all your networking needs. 561-252-6126. Also by PRS Solutions Incorporated, quick and easy removal of VCT, laminate wood, tile, and glue down carpet. They're fully insured. There's the number right there on your screen. Give them a shout. Let them know Vidane TV sent you. Also by Kong Beer Bong. Give them a check out at kong.twodrunk.net. Be sure to pick up the brand new camouflage line that they just released a few weeks ago. Order them up now, and they will be there in time for Father's Day. And what better way to let old man let you know that you care about him by making him the life of the party. Kong.twodrunk.net. And by Patented Paints, the official painters of the Multi-League Series. Not only the Cup Series, but all 7 or 8 or 9 or 12 different series these guys run, racing here in the Multi-League 7 nights a week. So be sure to check out them on Facebook, facebook.com/Patented Paints. Vidane Marketing Solutions, you make the car go fast, we'll take care of everything else. Websites, hats, t-shirts, we do it all. Vidane.net, or get us on Facebook as well. Facebook.com/Vidane LLC. And as always, by your friends here in the booth, tip the Vidane crew. Tip.vidane.net. $5 will get us a beer. $10 will get us a beer and a burger. $25, that might just get us a DoorDash. Or a little bit more beer. It's one of those summer kickoff weekends here, Memorial Day weekend, and I think the Ice Cold Wobbly Pops are going to be going down pretty smooth, and you can see the grid rolling off here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, getting ready to go racing here for 120 laps. Beautiful paint schemes all the way through, and as always, your host for tonight, I am Showtime Paul Strickland Jr., and I'm here with Mike James on the Rock. I actually believe he is on his way back from the beer garden. He's going to be taking care of the beverages here tonight. Going to pick up some cold, ice-cold bush lattes or whatever we might be drinking here tonight. Take a quick look at this starting grid. There's some qualifying times. Michael Milfeld Jr. is 29 at 7:38. That 123 car is starting right there on the pole. And outside of Anthony Wesley, Holland, Charlie Weiser, Ken Huber, James Freeman, Kyle Chapman, Scott Patton, Jeff Burns, Christopher Davis, Vern Elknott, and Joe Marsh. Christopher Davis and Joe Marsh rounding out. Tom Stanley, Scott starting 11, Joe Marsh starting in 12, and go on to the field. 32 cars strong. Made it to the track. It looks like we've got 30 that are getting ready to take the green flag. Starting grid goes through your screen there, and we'll be getting ready to go green. Use that paint card. On it down the pit road to the pit. There it goes. Green flag already in the air. Racing, kicking off your Memorial Day weekend right here on the TV. 120 laps on the board. We're working lap 1, and Michael Milford shot out of a cannon, almost like a firework. Started down 4-5-4-19. Watching, dicing, slicing, going up through the field here, and you can see that these guys absolutely want to get up there to the front as quickly as they possibly can. And you can see the 123 Kenny Schrader's throwback looks like Federated Auto Parts machine up into the pole of the front, holding on to the field as long as you can there, and it seems like he's getting pretty much single file throughout the top 5 and top 6 or so, and you can see it's a real big cluster back here for Tenton, back 2-3 wide into the Briskin car, getting stuck in the middle, just like the meat inside of a waffle. You can do the best to try and get that 50 or the 30 check that up here from Davis. But it's towards the front. He's going to complete the pass on that 122 car. Easy enough for me to say. He's going to bring the 05 to James Newman with him. You can see that Valkyrie machine up on the high side. He's bringing the Allied car up there as well. I think that's a shot. How sad. 1 time he's going. It is. Kind of a matchup there, though. They want to keep their numbers there. Pretty cool to see that. You can do all sorts of great stuff like that on iRacing.com. On the back door as well. So that's always cool to see. What can you see? Still slipping on back. Coca Jr. Dropping right now. Getting under fire there. Dropping the first place right now. Ken Huber hit by the third cat car. And Charlie Weichel machine is staying 95. He's coming up in a hurry. Really looking forward to these guys racing all night long here. We had a lot of extra practice here, 2 hours. Usually we see a 30-minute practice before the race. Practice, about 2.5 hours to go. So it's been really cool to see just how much that practice really pans out. Everybody's still pretty much in that same pack. But the guys towards the back, kind of tricking off just a little bit, maybe a little bit of tire, trying to see if they can maybe avoid an early onset wrecks here, but everything's still looking really clean up front. Man, action picking up. You see that 92 car rock man on the high side trying to make something happen. He's got Bert Mark on the point leader down the bottom of the 32 car there. You're seeing the run, and lots of cool paint schemes throughout the field. A lot of red, white, and blue paint schemes and little undersets throughout the field. So it's pretty cool to see that. And it's something that we can take a look at throughout the field. Some of the exciting battles here. There you can see Ken Richardson. Oh, smoke. We got smoke in 92 cars around. We just saw him a few minutes ago. Looks like he did gather it back up. But caution is going to come. Oh, big hit for the 9 car. There's some more cars. We're still stacking them up back there. Big wreck on the front stretch. Looks like half a dozen cars or so are involved. So that's going to bring in the very first Kong Beer Bong instant replay. And we'll take a look exactly what happened. And it looks like, I'm taking a look at the door over here. It looks like Mikey made it back from the beer garden. We good to go, brother? I guess he can't hear me through the wall there. But taking a look again here at the Kong Beer Bong instant replay. We're going to focus in on the 9. Check that. We're going to focus in on the 92. This is where the wreck starts. Up towards the front. A little bit of contact between the 33 and the 01. 01 gets sent up into the outside wall with the 92 there. The Burger King 38 gets involved, and 61 involved as well. There you see Jay Smoke in the SRX 58. We're getting real close to that SRX debut at Stafford. 2 weeks away. There you can see the 82 is involved. Oh, Jay Smoke ended up getting a piece of it. He got some of the 077 cars, sent him on around. Damage doesn't look too bad, but you can see right there on the 92, black smoke coming out from the back of that car. Looks like there's something terminally wrong with that car, so he's going to bring it on down pit road and see if he can potentially get it fixed. But that is a rough go of it here in the early going of this one. And it looks like right now, taking a quick little peek at the timing and scoring, it definitely looks like pit road is business is about to pick up here on pit road. And we can take a look. Everybody coming on down to get service. Full tires in full as we come down. Sorry about that. The music was still cranked up. Hi, everybody. Showtime Paul Strickland Jr. If you haven't heard anything that I've said yet, technology works out wonderfully when it happens the right way. But everybody coming down here for service on lap number 11, the very first caution, with the 92 car being involved in that one. And collecting a couple of other ones. Looking like a couple of 2-tire stops here. And you can see the 123 up towards the front in the beginning comes back through. And there you can see the 41. It wins the race off of pit road. The 58 car stayed out to lead a lap. He's down getting service to his machine now as well. And we can take a quick look at the pit stop times. Great graphic here. Hughes the first one. Hughes actually staying out to lead a lap there. 15.1, 14.6, 14.7, 14.4, the top 5 pit stop times. And you can see the biggest loser there is going to be John Milfeld Jr. in that 6th position. Solid stop, but I'm wondering why he slipped on back so far there. So these guys coming down, getting service to their machines. Going to be a couple of laps to get their heads on straight, get their belts tightened up, and all that good stuff. We're going to take just a quick opportunity to take a break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
One of the biggest challenges of managing a fleet of trucks, tractor trailers, and material handling equipment, hassling with maintenance, repair, and vehicle breakdown. Trans Service's dedicated contract maintenance service, DCM, takes that hassle away. We maintain your fleet, no matter what the configuration, to the highest standards, while giving you the greatest cost control. We offer preventative maintenance executed to maximum utilization, equipment life, and necessary repairs, all tracked by a state-of-the-art paperless computerized system. Assistance with equipment engineering, configuration, including new engine technology, and onboard computers for your fleet, as well as dedicated fleet contract maintenance. Dedicated on-site service facilities staffed with management and certified maintenance technicians, inventories of parts, tires, and fluids, and all necessary shop equipment, diagnostic tools, and technology. Supporting services such as equipment inspections and assistance with meeting regulatory requirements, DOT, OSHA, EPA. Contact us today to learn about our turnkey contract maintenance solutions. It's all about the experience, yours and ours.
Lights are off atop the iRacing Mustang pace car, getting ready to go green one more time as we work lap number 13 of 120 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. One of the final races here on Verdane TV, if not the final race on Verdane TV before the long Memorial Day weekend. Actually off this coming Monday. Usually we've got the Trans Service Cup Series by Sim 500, but those guys are off this weekend to enjoy a little bit extra time with friends and family and those that everyone cares about. So it's going to be great to kind of sit back just a little bit, enjoy some freedoms here in the good old US of A. But getting ready to go green flag one more time here. Got to give a shout out to everybody paying attention over in the YouTube chat. Keith Haney is not racing tonight, but he's going for James Haney and Brian Abbott, as well as JDC Merck as well. Got the music turned off. Sorry about that. Got everything back up and running here. Green flag in the air once again, and there you can see that 41 car shot out of a cannon, almost like a firework, Holland to the point, and everybody trying to get single file here, at least in the first top 5 or 6 cars or so, to try and run him back down. But you can see already a 4 or 5 car lead for that number 41 car. Getting everything worked out, and I believe we finally got Mike James back from the beer garden. What kind of line have they got going on over there, brother?
I don't know, but can you hear me?
Yeah, we got everything hooked up, ready to rock and roll. Mike James and The Rock joining us here. Man, looks like we got a case of beer here, so we're ready to go. Long race here tonight, 120 laps, and we've already had one quick caution here, Mikey, but racing is picking up, action is picking up in a big way. James Lehman all over the back bumper there of Wesley Holland, trying to take that lead for the very first time for that 05 car as they shoot on down into turn number 1.
Yeah, I almost threw the computer through the wall, so technology was not working with me with Discord with the new upgrade here tonight, so we had some audio issues there. I do apologize, but glad to be here in Charlotte with you, Paul, and great to be back for another week of multi-league here as these guys really crank it up again. Great to see the 05 Lehman in the top 2 again. He's been one of the top runners here. Huber, who had an awesome run in Austin, Texas last week. Great to see him in the top 3. Look at that, Patton up there in the top 5 as well. So a lot of contenders that we're used to seeing in the front here. It's Charlotte, 17 completed of 120.
Cream always rising to the top, taking a quick look at the timing and scoring. 25 cars still on the lead lap. First car 1 lap down, the 00 James 00 Brown. He is back there in 26th position, but still lots of cars throughout the field all the way around this racetrack. And just taking a look here, Memorial Day weekend, big kickoff race here on Verdane TV, the final send-off before the big long weekend here. And I know you guys are getting ready, hopefully racing this weekend. You tried it last week, and it snowed at the racetrack, didn't it?
Well, we're up in the Great White North, and snow definitely delayed us a week, but looks like sunny and clear skies for this Sunday, and so we'll be back to the real racetrack, and pumped to get back to the Advanced Auto Parts NASCAR Series up here in Canada. So lots of action right across Canada. Some provinces, such as Tim Terry and those guys, still in lockdown. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll see more of these provinces come wide open, and as more people get the vaccine.
Luckily here in Connecticut, we've gotten rid of a lot of the most of the outdoor restrictions. We're up to 100% capacity at the racetrack, but unfortunately tomorrow we've got about 2.5 inches of rain coming. So unless we bring the kayaks, I don't believe we're going to be racing tomorrow night. But really looking forward to the SRX series coming out, making their debut at Stafford Speedway here in 2 weeks now, 2-3 weeks, and very excited about that entire weekend. We've actually, a little bit of sideways there. Eric Talent gathering it back up on the bottom side. He sorts it out and jumps back in between Vern Markheim there, easy enough for me to say, in that 33 car. That's your points leader running in the 9th position, up 1 spot since he qualified in the 10th spot there. But after the day before, the evening before the SRX racing debut, we've got the Verdane Racing Championship night. 2 of the champions of the Verdane Racing Super Speedway Series, Jarrett Bolliard and Richard Beasley, bringing the belts back, and we're going to be getting them inside some street stocks brought to you by Rent a Race Car. And they're going to be both making their racing debut. No racing experience, real life for either of those 2 sim racers. So really looking forward to that. And man, Gary Sr., if they wreck the cars, man, I'm sorry, but a deal's a deal.
It's too bad the trade winds bring you all the way to England in that direction, because I'd jump in a sailboat with a couple cases of beer and head down to and try to port myself with that boat into Boston so you can pick me up for that weekend. But unfortunately, we'll have to hold fast for another little bit before we can travel and get excited to get back to the state. Meet up with my Verdane crew and head down to Charlotte this fall for the big NASCAR awards ceremony and party with our good friends. We got a couple of Verdane guys already in Charlotte right now.
Yep, and really looking forward to that here as well. Status quo up front, still Wesley Holland in the 41, right on board briefly with him. New second place driver Ken Huber in the number 30 Cat car. He has moved himself up in a second, but he's got a mirror full of James Lehman. That 05 Toyota is coming in a hurry.
Hot last week in Austin, so great to see. He's dominated the road course and now doing a wonderful job here in Charlotte. For the big 120 laps on the board here, 24 completed. Wesley Holland, like you said, the 41 machine, your current leader, throwing down about a 23.6, 23.7 lap times, very consistent with the top 10. Quickest machine on the track right now, looks like, I believe that last lap, that was Calvin Miller threw down a pretty good one.
Actually take a look at our timing tower there on the very left side of your screen. We'll switch that up throughout the night. We usually keep it on the gap, but we'll put up the last lap time just so you can kind of compare and see where your favorite drivers are running. There you can see a little side-by-side action between Kyle Chadwick and Jeff Merck. Jeff Merck on the move, up a spot or 2 since qualifying in, and you can see thinks better of it. He's going to tuck back in behind as the caution flag number 2 comes out here, and we'll see if we can pull up exactly what went down there for another Kong Beer Bong instant replay.
Jack Watts and John Pensula were involved in that one right now.
Oh, big hit for the number 4 Kodak machine. Actually, a couple of big hits for that car. And we'll pull it up. A little side-by-side action between the number 4 of Joe Marks and that 16 car of Ken Richardson, one of the Canadians here in this particular league. And we can see they're side-by-side here. The 16 gets the advantage on the inside, tries to come up, not quite clear. Big hit for the 4 car. Holy smokes, big hit for the 4 car.
Kodak
Comes right
moment.
back up. That was definitely a Kodak moment. Came back up in front of the 01. Man, that 01 car is toast John Pansula, Crazy Mike, as it were. Unfortunately done for the evening. Terminal engine damage. He's going to jump out of the car down there in the garage area. And you can see everybody else in the back of the pack here able to get it slowed up just a bit and avoid the contact there. But the 4 car having some issues as well. Black smoke coming out from the back of that machine. And just like the last time, looking like pit road is going to be a very, very busy place.
Road really hot. And unfortunate, like you said, John Pansula and Jack Watts probably done for the evening. A lot of repaired. 77 of Jack Watts was a hot car there for a bit. Made some really serious moves there and picked up some spots before that incident. But they're all racing off pit road right now for some big, hopefully some big moves on the podium here. Kate Connolly, current leader right now on the top.
Feeding time at the zoo, as our friend Tim Terry would put it, and we'll take a quick look at the pit stop times. There you see it.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, Ken Connolly coming out on top. 16.6. Oh, that was the last pit stop by. Must have taken 2 tires to gain 22 spots there. Scott Patton, Huber in second, it looks like. Scott Patton third. Actually, it looks like Connolly's going to come back down, get service. So he might have just stayed out to lead a lap there. And that is more than likely what got him up there. But you can see some fantastic lap times throughout, and not too crazy. You can see Widener there dropped 7 spots, and the biggest gainer looks like Erter there in the 11th position. He's up 6 spots.
But we're seeing Connolly now go a little bit further back now as down pit road, like you said, picked up that lap. Uber, the cat machine 30 is your current leader on the board here. Scott Patt to the outside of row number 1. James Lehman and Wesley Holland are going to make up row number 2. And look at that, Kyle Chadwick picking up a spot. Scott Patton picking up 6 spots on that pit road.
Working the second caution here tonight. Lap number 28, just about a quarter of the way through, potentially, maybe a little bit better. Not really good at math. I'm good when it's like 100 lap races, but you throw in the extra 20 in there for the extra distance, kind of to mimic the Coke 600 coming up this weekend. Throws me off just a little bit.
Good at math when it comes to money.
Money and beer.
Oh. Sure, you have a collection of beer bottles in your room, eh?
No, we take them and we donate them. At least that makes me feel a little bit better about it.
Charitable.
There you see the 58 car, Jay Smoke, having a little bit of a rough go of it. A couple laps down here, trying to take the wave around. Currently scored in the 26th place. One of our firm YouTube supporters. Want to give a shout out to everybody watching in the Facebook land, in the YouTube land. Make sure you give us a like, a subscribe, a share, all that good stuff. Make sure your friends and family know that you're watching a little bit of the iRacing action here on Verdane TV. And the cool thing about this is, we sometimes forget that we have new fans tuning in each and every show that we do here. Each one of these cars is controlled by somebody hooked up to a steering wheel with their computer. It's a sim racing deal. If it's something you want to check out, you go to iRacing.com, and they're currently running a special where you can get the entire year subscription for $20.22. Get you racing into the next year. And comes with a lot of the short tracks, a bunch of different cars, and lots of different content is available. Right now you're looking at the iRacing Cup cars at the beautiful Charlotte Motor Speedway, and man, you can't beat it. $20 for a year. Absolutely very, very cool, and definitely be able to check it out, iRacing.com. And hey, who knows, maybe we'll see you racing here live on Verdane TV.
100%. Once you get in there and you need that custom paint job, make sure you check out Scott Patton and Patton Paints. He'll hook you up with a custom ride.
Absolutely. With the iRacing pace car, turn the lights off. Getting ready to go green one more time. Another restart here. Down low, going to be Ken Huber in that 30 car. Scott Patton, speak of the devil, he's on the outside in the 46 car. He's going to see what he can do here on this start to try and get him up into that clean air. Green flag is out, and the 30 is gone. Checks out a couple of spots, and looks like a little bit of a mishap. Well, that's a much bigger mishap there. The 95 car, somebody squished the spam can, and everybody gets stacked up. It looks like there might have been somebody that's spun the tires there, maybe missed a shift, but the third caution going to come out here at Charlotte, lap number 30.
I don't think we'll see too much activity on pit roads, and we've just seen them.
More than likely, it's really tough to tell sometimes because a lot of these drivers like to kind of top off with fuel. We've seen a few fuel mileage races here the past couple of races here, so yeah, it's really tough to tell. But we'll pull up the Kong Beer Bong instant replay and take a quick look. It looks like the 41 may have missed a shift, spun the tires there. You can see it's the second car on the outside, and there you see it spins the tires, shoots all the way up to the outside of the track, and just not able to get that car going. The 95 looked like he checked up to kind of avoid anything and gets rear-ended there, and everybody else does a great job slamming on the brakes, making sure that they don't run anybody over or anything like that. Beautiful Bud Light car there. I'm digging that. Nice paint scheme. And caution number 3 out again. Got to check out Kong.2drunk.net, though, especially this weekend. 15% of all of their sales going to veterans charities there, and you can check them out at Kong.2drunk.net. Easy enough for me to say. Let them know that AIM TV sent you. And they actually just came out with the camouflage line. Awesome different styles of camouflage. You can get a 5-pack, buy 4, get 1 free. All right on the website, Kong.2drunk.net. Order them now. They'll come in time for Father's Day. And what better way to celebrate the old man than by making him the life of the party with a Kong Beer Bong.
Going here on lap 32. Lights still on as they get set to double them up here. Hubert will be your leader, the Cat Machine, and he'll have Lehman now on the outside. Patton will start on row number 2 on the inside with Chadwick, the 88 Machine, on the outside. Some big movers there now. Ken Richardson picking up 10 spots. And here, Bill Paradise picking up 13 spots. Now finding himself in position number 15 as the 556 Machine of Bill Paradise trying to move up through the field here. A couple of doozies ones here. The 95 Machine of Charlie Widener lost 11 spots in the last.
Yeah, we saw him involved in that wreck there, and we see the 41 car still staying out on track. Wesley Holland there, a little bit of damage on the right side of that vehicle, and take a quick peek, see if we can maybe get some of it on the old camera angles here. But the very curious to see him stay out after that. I mean, definitely important to get track position. Currently 24 drivers on the lead lap. The 306 of Kerry Cleaver going to be your free pass car. He's coming around getting that lap back now. But man, oh man, it's going to be interesting to see how that 41 car handles, because he slapped that outside of the wall pretty hard.
Pretty. That should be a Bidet TV t-shirt.
I gotta start bringing a pen and a notebook up here. We'll start writing these these t-shirt ideas down.
Just need a bong.
That's it. Kong Beer Bong. Definitely gonna be getting some use out of mine this weekend. We got her all cleaned out, ready to rock and roll. And man, we got some Busch Lattes on ice right now, waiting for the weekend to kick off. And again,
that's a good t-shirt as well. Busch Lattes.
Oh yeah, they actually made the latte cans. I could not believe it. I remember I sent it was actually a few months ago. I sent that out to the package store, and I was like, yeah, just give me a 30-pack of Busch Light, and that's what I drink. And he's like, I couldn't find Busch Light anywhere, but I got these Busch Lattes. And you look at the can, it actually said Busch Latte on it. I was like, oh, no kidding.
Let's go. Well, someone thinks like us.
That's right. They know their market.
Well, like you said earlier, Huber and Lehman on road number 1 on this restart. Hopefully they can get it fired and we don't get a mishap with a shift. That is one thing that we've seen in real life that can cause a lot of damage. I've been to a couple races at New Smyrna on some of those super late restarts, and you get one car miss a shift or lose traction somehow, and coming out of turn 4 into the straightaway and see all the whole field stack up. That wasn't so bad on that last one, but those doozies on these restarts could be really bad.
Made mention at the top of the show here, Mike, these guys had an extended practice session. Usually it's only about 30 minutes or so as we see the lights off on the iRacing Mustang pace car. These guys had a 2.5-hour practice session this evening before the race. So lots of laps getting put in tonight as well as throughout the entire week. These guys definitely showing it here. Only a couple of small incidences here so far tonight. Just trying to knock the cobwebs out. It's been a week since we practiced, and it's been 2 weeks since we've driven in circles. We had the big race at Circuit of the Americas last week in Austin, Texas. And man, oh man. Yeah, without the rain. And that's another conversation for another day. Holy moly, that cup race.
I think Bubba Wallace is going to get fined again, so we'll see what happens.
He's going to run out of money. He keeps getting fined.
Michael Jordan's paying for it all.
Well, not for long. he doesn't write out paychecks for losers.
I think they should put Scottie Pippen in the car.
There you go. They'd have to cut out a moonroof or something for him like they do with Michael Waltrip.
Well, we're getting set here now as he's going to exit here in just a second here. Huber's going to get it going here for us. Lehman, watch Lehman on the outside now. See if he can judge it. Mustang out of the way. Fire. Green, 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 green. Huber fires away.
And they really do build Dollar Generals everywhere. There's one down in the infield. Did you see that?
We need to get into the infield with a big old RV Winnebago now at the Daytona 500.
I'm telling you, I'd love to get down there and meet up with a bunch of real racers and sim racers down at Daytona during speed weeks. Hopefully 2022 is the year. The pilgrimage, the Great Vidane TV, Tim's Corner Motorsports pilgrimage. But take a look at this action up front. Ooh. Scott Patton wants that lead. He wants it now.
Scott Patton, a little rubski on the back of the cat machine. This is getting tight quarters here as they battle for that lead. Huber. But keep an eye on Lehman and Jeff Merck. Man, oh man, it's a freight train coming through.
Top 4 single file. The battle side by side right now is for 5th. You can see Milfelt and Holland going side by side for that position. And man, oh man, this race, side by side up front. Scott Patton taking another swipe up on that top side.
A little slapski.
Holy moly. If these cars had door handles, you could zip tie the two of them together. They're so close. Give that lap to Huber, but Scott Patton's not going away. And oh, by the way, here comes Jeff Merck in that 60 car. He's in 3rd place. He wants the lead as well.
Now Merck took it away from Lehman there. Now sitting on the outside looking at this side-by-side drag race down the backstretch. And Merck is looking to try to make it 3 wide here if he can, but they continue to battle up front. It is all Huber and Patton, and they are not giving up an inch. And look at this. Merck now putting his presence in. Can he make the bologna in that sandwich, or will he be the pastrami? I'm not sure, but kind of lost a little momentum there. And then Lehman almost into the back of that 60 machine of Jeff Merck.
Gonna think better of it. He's gonna get it right in the tire tracks all over the back bumper of that 30 machine. Scott Patton letting him know that he's there. Huber holding on to the lead for now. Patton gonna peek up on the outside. There's the block from the 30, letting him know he's still there. Patton's still gonna hold on to that top side. There you can see he's trying to get up around him. There he's gonna try and slingshot up and around. Doesn't quite have enough momentum. Gonna tuck at the tire tracks one more lap.
These boys are putting on a show here. Patton was side by side, decided to fall back and try something else. Was not getting an inch as they went toe to toe to the outside. Decided to go to the back, made a couple of nice moves, but decided to hold it here. Plenty of race in this one as we get close to lap number 40. That is going to give us 80 laps to go here, so they do not want to use up the car too much here in the early sets as we get set here at 1/3 of the way here at the Coke 600.
That's right. 4, 8, 12, 40, 80, 120. 1/3 of the way. How about that?
1/3 of the way, yeah. Oh, math.
Take a look outside the top 5. There's Kyle Chadwick in the 88 holding on to that 5th position. He's got Michael Milfeld Jr. right behind him in the 123, the old Ken Schrader Federated Auto Parts car. Vern Markheim right behind, right behind him, and Wesley Holland in a 41 car. Still holding on to the 8th position, which surprises me. That car took a pretty big hit on the outside wall here a couple of cautions ago, but still doing a great job in the 8th position. Ken Richardson and Mike Erder rounding out the top 10, and you can see pretty much single file right now. There's the 61, Brad Ream, Calvin Miller, another one of the Canadians here, Charlie Widener. Big hit for that 95 car. Great to see him working his way back up to the 13th spot. One of the big movers right behind him, Kim Quick in the 21 car. He's up 7 spots on the night in the 14th spot. And James 00 Brown, Kent Connolly, Joe Marks, they're kind of racing back here for 14th on back. And Kent Connolly in the 088 quality Ford credit car. There you see him there. Brian Abbott, easy enough for me to say. He's back there as well. Bill Paradise, pretty much single file here throughout the field. Everybody knowing they've got quite a bit of time. There's that gorgeous Bud Light car, the 36 of Sean Turner. He's holding on to the 21st position, but slipping into a little bit of conveyor belt action here. So these drivers know they got 2/3 of this race left. 3/3 minus 1/3 is 2/3. There's some more math for you. But there's a bump right there. The 306 gets to the back of the 5. He collects it. He holds on to it. The 9 car comes up. The 9 car disappears. Eric Talent putting the talent in his last name. That made a lot more sense in my head. Great heads-up driving by the 5 car.
This series has the incident point cap. Did the 9 machine just reach that?
That definitely a possibility. The 9 car is no longer on the track, and every time you make contact like that, you'll either get, depending on the severity of the hit, it's either 1 point, 2 point, or 4 points. And as those add up, once you get to 17 in this particular league, you are out skis. Keeps the racing a little bit more cleaner. Sometimes, you have to go through a few laps here or a few cautions rather. But these guys doing a great job. Clean race so far. Just a couple of minor incidences throughout the race. A few multi-car wrecks, but nothing too crazy. And the action's still the same up front. Ken Huber holding on to the lead. Scott Patton, Jeff Merck right up in there. Hooked up almost with a tow chain. Those drivers nose to tail.
Yeah, looking at the lap times of these top 3 drivers, Huber, Patton, and Merck throwing down some pretty consistent lap times. Obviously, they've set the bar here tonight. They've been practicing throughout the week, and these are your top 3 runners. But don't count out James Lehman back there, as Lehman actually looks pretty decent back there as Merck picks up a big monster spot on Scott Patton. Merck now your P2 position.
Speaking of Patton, one of the cool things about this league, a lot of these drivers are in the YouTube chat right now. They've got the race going on an iPad or a phone or something along, setting on the side so they can kind of listen to us. And they definitely let us know when I'm screwing up. Shout out to Scott Patton for letting us know we still had the replay screen up there. But we got that all sorted out here. Technology works great when it wants to. But
you're fired.
You can't fire me. It's my company. But man, it's cool to see. You can check out some of the drivers over in the YouTube chat. They don't usually text and drive during the green flag. We saw Jay Smoke made that mistake a few weeks ago in the 58 SRX car. But during cautions, they usually hop in there, talk to the fans, and chat with us just a little bit. And a lot of times that's where you get your insider information. Just like the 88 car inside of Lehman right now. Kyle Chadwick trying to move his car up.
Keep an eye on that 33, Vernon Margam. It's a lot of pressure there from Margam. It was a beautiful move from the 88 as he stepped out, but Lehman fighting back on the top side here. He picks back that spot, but Vernon Margam in the 33 almost had a shot at there and picked up 2 spots here. Keep an eye on that 33 machine as he's kind of getting a little crafty here as he drops to the bottom here. He's going to try to pick this momentum up on the bottom here and get a little bit of extra speed here now as he goes side by side with the 88. Lehman clears away from it a little bit for now, but I don't think that battle's over.
Speaking of battles, well, this one's over. Nope, just kidding. Jeff Merck gets up around, takes the lead from Ken Huber. 60 car up to the point, but Huber is not done. He is all over the back bumper of the 60. Give the lap to the 60 Skeeter machine, the Camaro driven by Jeff Merck. But there you can see the 30 going to drop back just a little bit, maybe cool that car off just a bit. And you can see Scott Patton is backed way off as well, back about 3/4 of a second or so. Still very solidly in the top 3.
Yeah, beautiful night here. 15 laps completed, 70 to go here as we take a peek at Scott Patton. Patton Pinks there in P3 position. But that battle back there for P4 continues to intensify. The 88 of that is Kyle Chadwick. He looked to the outside, took a peek there, but settled into the middle here between Vernon Markham and James Lehman.
Yeah, Vernon Markham in the 33 car showing why he is the points leader by a hefty margin. He's got better than 30-point lead over second place and doesn't seem to be the quickest at qualifying. Always around towards the end of the race, though. Very consistent race driver, and you can see right now, looks like he might be a little bit faster than Chadwick and Lehman here in the 88 and the 05, but biding his time just a little bit. He's taking a peek now on the inside of Chadwick in that 88 car, and he's going to hold right down there on that white line, going to come up just a little bit. There you see Lehman holding off the top side as well. 33 car wants to move up, not quite enough juice to get there just yet.
Not sure when we're going to see some live pit stops here, but we're seeing a fall off on these Goodyears right now. About 3 seconds on the difference there since what we've seen on that last caution since we've seen the 4 Goodyears on these cars. So it'll be interesting to see if we do not see a caution, when we will see the first ones come down pit road.
Take a quick look. We can actually take a look at the pit road stints here to see how long these drivers have been out. And you can see this is the longest these guys have been out on a set of tires, working 26 laps since the last time they came down for service. You can see everybody came down, the top 20 or so came down lap 10, and then again 16 laps later. So these drivers definitely feeling that tire wear. We're not quite sure how long they can go on a tank of fuel, but I got a feeling, Mikey, we're going to find out.
We're probably going to see some risk takers here. We've seen some flip flops in some of these races. Strategy wise on pit road. You see a guy that takes a chance and it works out in their favor. It's always incredible to see what the strategy is coming in, whether they're set up for the long run or the short run, and the performance of the car. But we're seeing a lot of drop off on the tires here. 5 seconds off the pace from what we've seen earlier on. So incredible drop off right now on those 4 Goodyears.
Yeah, the status quo up front, Merck, Huber, and Patton still your top 3. They've got about 2 seconds of gap in between the 3 of them. James Lehman now in 4th. Kyle Chadwick still under attack there by Vern Markheim, trying to get around him down there on the low side. But you can see these drivers absolutely feeling the tire wear. Everybody's given a lot of room right now, and you can see that's kind of skating on ice just a little bit. And one of the things to add to that tire wear, we've got the dynamic tires. They change temperatures, they wear, tire comes off, but on the track surface as well, dynamic track surface. So as these drivers drive along the top of this racetrack surface, it heats up, the rubber sticks to it, and it definitely gets icy and skatey, and doesn't seem to be affecting that 41 car at all. Wesley Holland rim riding, gets a little bit of spark flying up there. Just letting everybody know we're watching a night race here on Verdane TV from Charlotte. But look at this 41 car, Mikey, all the way up around the top of this racetrack.
Yeah, he's obviously seeing some speed up there, almost like a Kyle Larson move up by the wall, and trying to slingshot around. It is the longest way around, but some drivers can get a side drive off that top wall as we take a peek how close they are to the wall. The Coca machine all the way up to the top, finding some speed up there, and it's working for them. As they start to jumble up behind Markheim, this is a big move as Kyle Chadwick almost lost that position to the 33, but they settle back in as the battle continues. The 88 and the 33 of Markheim going at it door to door here, but look right behind Markheim, the 117 Mike Erder and Wesley Holland coming hot to trot right now and making that battle almost a 4 or 5 car battle right now.
adding a little bit of a monkey wrench to the situation. That 556 car of Bill Paradise a lap down, but just came off pit road a few laps ago. He's got the fresher tires on that car. He's much, much faster, but he doesn't have enough room. The 33 and the 88 are side by side, racing for position. There you see 41 still up, rim riding as it were, and it looks like Vern Markheim's going to try and almost get up around the 88 car. He's there nose to nose as they head into turn number 3. I think that's going to be just enough for Vern to get one of those slide jobs. He's going to slide up in front of him and clear it, hold on to that position.
We got some activity on pit road as several are going to take an opportunity. Scott Patton down pit road right now. He's going to give up, and look at that. It's going to be pretty exciting to see what transpires. Now, we're going to see a lot of activity under green flag conditions here on lap number 60. We are 50% away, and here they come. But Bill Paradise, you said earlier, was out. Man, it was like 10 seconds in the difference on those lap times.
Yeah, this is really going to force the hand of some of the leaders. Scott Patton, Joe Marks, Kent Connolly, and Kerry Cleaver, the lead lap cars, coming down to get service. Mike Herder in the 117. He's going to drop on down and get floor Mr. Feelgoods on the bottom of that car. Here comes James 00 Brown. He's on pit road as well, and you can see business really picking up down there. And you're not going to be able to stay out too much longer because you're going to be able to see the lap times between the guys with fresher tires are going to be much, much, much quicker than some of the drivers that are going to stay out here. Here comes the leader, Jeff Merck. He's going to come down and get service to his car. The 30 is going to follow him. Here comes Ken Huber. James Lehman, he's going to stay out and lead himself a lap there in the 05 car. And now he wants to try and see if a caution flag is going to come out, trap some of these drivers on pit road. Vern Markheim, Kyle Chadwick, Wesley Holland, and Charlie Widener, the current top 5 drivers that have not come down pit road just yet.
Almost 14-second drop-off on those tires as we see James Lehman's lap times over 60 seconds, 61 seconds, 61 3/4. We were seeing lap times earlier on about 47 seconds. Fastest time right now on the board, it looks like Sean Turner, the 36 machine, is throwing down 47.97. So look at that massive gap. 4 or 5 laps, and you got someone lapped here.
Looking at the lap times on the left of your screen there on the Bedane TV scoring tower, that's going to be the lap time, the last time they cross the stripe, and you can see just what these drivers are running here. Some of the drivers with better, fresher tires, they're down 31.5, 31.3. These guys up front, 32.2, 32 even almost for Vern Markheim to 33. So these fresher tires absolutely going to be playing a factor here in this race. Brian Abbott, Rod Minton come down pit road. Jeff Merck has come down. Jay Smoke, Jason Hughes is down the 58 car. Down and away. Calvin Miller, Joe Marks. I believe we've got everybody on pit road. Here comes Brian Abbott. Going to get some service to the 82 Ford that got a California dirt racing style paint scheme on that 82. Good looking race car. But it's still Lehman up front. Lehman, Markheim, Chadwick, Widener, Holland. Top 5, top 9 drivers going to stay out. Just kidding. Here comes Ken Richard, Brad Ream. They're going to come down, give up the second half of the top 10. That's going to move James Hearns up to the 7th position right now. And the first driver to come down pit road, Scott Patton, currently running in the 10th position. So he's going to be coming in a hurry. He's almost a lap down. You can see the leaders there far off in the distance on that shot, but he's going to have a couple of laps where he's much quicker than these guys that haven't put tires on yet. So I think that may very well be the move of the race.
Still plenty of time. If a caution comes out here, that's going to throw a huge wrench into this machine here. 66 laps completed of 120 here. It's the Multi-Elite Cup. If you're just tuning in, it is the Coca-Cola 600 here at Charlotte. The Cup cars here tonight. I'm Mike James from East, as well as my good friend Paul, Showtime Strickland, and enjoying the Thursday night here. Having a few beverages, calling some iRacing. Whew.
Bedane TV always reminds you to drink responsibly.
Tip your announcer.
And tip your announcer. Tip.bedane.net. But there you can see, it looks like the 05 going to slow on down because there's a caution. That is big news for these 7 drivers that have not come down to pit road just yet. And there you can see the pace car is going to pick up the field. Lehman, Markheim, Chadwick.
Excited.
Even the pace car's excited. Lehman, Markheim, Chadwick, Widener, Holland, Milfeld Jr., and Hearns, your top 7. They are going to be the ones that are going to be capitalizing here on this this particular caution number 4 here on the night. Now we have to sift through the tapes and find out exactly what went on here to bring this caution out.
Take us back.
Backing up the old Kong beer bong instant replay. Looks like it might have had something to do here with the 61 of Brad Ream. And just backing up the tape, seeing if we can pull up the exact incident. And it looks like he was coming off a pit road here in the 61 car. And you can see right down on the apron, you'd have to come all the way around. Oh, there's the 16. It looks like the 16 collects the 61. That's a big hit for both of those cars, and we'll see if we can pull up. That's Ken Richardson there in the 16. So we're going to back that up one more time and see just why he was pointed in the wrong direction. And it looks like he actually lost control of that car coming out of pit road here. You can see he loses the back end just a little bit, tries to correct it. Oh, just noses that car to the outside wall, and the 61, an innocent bystander, gets collected up in that mess. So that is a tough break for both the 16 and the 61. Both cars appear to be out for the evening, and those top 7 drivers, Mikey, they're down on pit road taking their sweet time. They got service to those cars, and they don't have to worry about it too much. Everybody else still out on track. They're going to get the free pass car, so everybody that came down pit road still going to be on the lead lap, which is absolutely good news for everybody that came down pit road. But those 7 drivers that did not pit, they're going to be out front of this field. They're going to be the first 7 cars in line.
Very interesting strategy for James Lehman and as well as Vernon Markheim. Chadwick as well. So these guys really open up a can of whoop ass here tonight.
Absolutely. And the biggest move of the race, up 19 spots since the start because of how this caution flag fell, is going to be James Hearns in the 78 Ford. He's doing a great job. He's all the way up to the 7th position, and it's going to be the 78 car on your screen, James Hearns. Good-looking Texaco Haviland Ford car there. He's got the chrome numbers and everything like that. One of the cool ways of painting up a car here in the iRacing simulation. But big-time mover, James Hearns, up 19 spots.
Big shakers here tonight. James Lehman picking up 4 spots. Vernon Markheim, 8 spots. Mike Erder picking up 6 so far. 3 for Calvin Miller. 4 for 00 James Brown. Bill Paradise picking up 10 here. So he's going to find himself in the halfway park. 556 machine of Bill Paradise and Ken Connolly. They were doozy in battles there earlier on, too. Those guys.
Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Vidane TV here tonight. The Coca-Cola 600 here for the Multi-League Cup Series, Thursday night action. These guys picked us up about halfway through the season. They're going to be bringing the entire season here on Thursday nights to you live in your living room, bedroom, wherever you're watching, on Facebook, on YouTube. Be sure to join the conversation, hashtag Vidane TV. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us a follow. Just hit the mile marker, 500 subscribers there on the YouTube. Now we're shooting for 1,000. See if we can double that here by the end of the year when the sim racing season, so to speak, picks up. And we got a lot of stuff coming up this winter here, Mikey. The NEPS League, New England, Pennsylvania iRacing Group. A lot of those drivers, if not most of those drivers, race all the tracks here in Connecticut: Thompson, Stafford, Waterford, Speed Bowl, which is 12 minutes from the new Vidane headquarters here, and they race up in Oxford, up in Maine. There's a couple Canadians in there. Brent Roy, one of the Canadians in that particular league, runs a lot of the Tim's Corner Motorsports events as well. And they're going to be joining us. The East Coast Winter League, they're going to be coming back with some modified action. Lots of drivers coming back. We got some endurance racing we're going to be doing. And Tim's Corner Motorsports, obviously, not quite working on the schedule just yet. Still trying to figure out what's going on with the real racing up in Canada, with all the provinces being closed down, but
except for Newfoundland.
Well, you guys can't really get to other provinces without a boat, so I don't think that technically counts.
We're in the middle of the ocean, so we're safe.
Working lap number 70. There you can see the iRacing Mustang pace car lights are off and lined up 2x2. James Lehman going to take him to the green flag. Vern Markheim, the points leader, he's on the outside. Chadwick in the 88, he's up there. There's the 95 car. We saw him in the second caution get some hard hits on that 95 Spam car. Kyle Chadwick, or Charlie Widener rather, up there in the 4th spot. Wesley Holland, he's running 5th. Michael Milfeld, 6th. James Hearn, Scott Patton, Jeff Merck, and Ken Huber rounding out the top 10. There goes the pace car. He's going to go to Dollar General. Green flag in the air, and there goes Lehman.
Disorganizing back there in about halfway. Some single file there. They did not double up there. But it'll be interesting now to see if the 41 goes back to the top side. He's seen a lot of speed up there. He's got the spam machine to the outside door. He cannot get up there just yet as they try to sneak in now. There it is. He's now in front now. Will he stay to the top side as what we've seen earlier with these new fresh Goodyears? Will he change things up here? He's kind of sitting himself right there in the mid-line there, but we'll see what happens a little bit later as we keep checking in on the 41 machine of Wesley Holland.
So less than 50 laps to go here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and there you can see the last time these drivers stayed out, 41 laps was the distance they were able to make, and that's about when everybody started to really need to come down pit road. So I got a feeling we're going to see one more pit stop. Are we going to see some guys short pit, kind of play the race backwards? Lots of different strategies could pan out here, and you're seeing all the action here live on Vidane TV. We're using the trackcams22.com special iRacing track cams, and man, oh man, does this guy know how to bring this racetrack and this iRacing service to life. Check them out at trackcams22.com. These are camera angles you can download and install very easily in your own iRacing simulator, and man, oh man, iRacing has some great camera angles, but TrackCams22, whew, action all over the racetrack.
Well, maybe that's time now, a little bit of a hint, but let's crank it up for a little bit here and turn up those volumes and tune in to see what's on the go here.
You can hear just how much these drivers are playing with the throttle. They're steering the cars with the gas pedal as much as they are with the steering wheel. Side by side for the lead. There you see Vern Markheim down low. James Lehman up on the top. We're 2 by 2, almost 3 wide for that third position. The 41 car making his way back up towards the front. That's Wesley Holland on the high side. He's going to try and make it 3 wide for the lead. He's going to try and get a run. See if he can get on the outside of the 05 of James Lehman.
Talked earlier about possibly seeing one more caution. I have a funny feeling we're going to see several here once we get down to the final 15, 20. This may end up going to overtime as these guys have been pretty tame. A lot of respect on the table here, maybe possibly because of the incident points, but I think once we get into that window of the final 10 laps, we're going to see risk taking as we see right now the 41 into the back bumper of the 05 James Lehman. And a little poke ski right now on the outside. Kind of assisting Vernon Markheim, but he's going to fall off. Look at this shove. What a run from the 41. Wesley Holland pushing the 05. Push, and then drops to the bottom. He is your new leader, but Lehman coming back side by side. They are drag racing down the front stretch into turn number 1.
How to go from 4th place to 1st in about a half a lap, 101. Written by Wesley Holland in the 41 Ford. Holy cow, what a move. But there you can see James Lehman in the 05 coming back on the outside. 41 thinks about jumping into his back bumper, into his tire tracks, but thinks a little bit better of it. The 05 now going to jump up on the high side and rim round around this racetrack once or twice. He saw the 41 car. That's what he was doing to get himself up towards the front and battle for the lead. And man, oh man, is it exciting up front. Now they're both all the way up by the wall.
You know, it's kind of exciting to see the speed that's developing up on the top side here, but very dangerous as you get close to the wall. As we take a peek at the 05 Lehman as he comes into the corner here, just any kind of marble or any disruption with that car could really ruin your night here. As you get too close to that wall, it could be the end of the night.
Starting to see Scott Patton flirt with the outside there as well, and I'm surprised we don't see more drivers there. You can see Holland dipping on down low to the bottom side. That car handling right. Absolutely got the setup correct in that car. He's able to put that car wherever he needs to, and almost a little bit of contact between he and Lehman. But I'm kind of surprised here, Mikey. A lot of these drivers not really electing to try that high side. If I was out there, I mean, granted I'm not. I'm in the production trailer. If I was out there, I saw the two fastest guys running the high side, I think I'd try it out for a lap.
It's not everybody's line, though. Like, even in Cup, you know, you see Kyle Larson step out there quite a bit and stay out there for a long, long time and get in the groove. But we've seen quite often, even in on live Cup series on Sundays, we've seen guys out there a little bit too long, get a little bit too comfortable, and the little boo-boo with the Goodyears, and next thing you know, like I said earlier, your night's over. But not for every driver, but definitely seeing some great driving from James Lehman in the 05, taking advantage of that high side here. But look at this attack. The 41 Holland now get to the back and not afraid to throw the bumper here. So we see the huge push earlier on, and really wild to see these two guys go at it and not wreck each other. A lot of respect now between the top two.
Unpredictability is the name of the game for Wesley Holland in that 41 car, and we've been seeing it the past couple of laps. You don't really know which line he's going to pick until he gets to the turn, and you can see he's really able to slam that car high, slam it low, put it wherever he needs to. Wherever Lehman isn't, this time he's going to fall right in his tire tracks, a little bit lower, keep some air on the nose with that Ford, but he's going to close right into the back bumper here, and coming into turn number 3, he's either going to go high or low, and he's not going to know until about halfway through the turn.
Person in an advantage right now is Scott Patton and Werner Margheim as they sit back and witness this in front of them. Two leaders going at it back and forth, a lot of cross-track, blocking lines and trying different things to gain a little bit of extra speed here. But what's happening now, our top two are going to be using up some of that car, and Werner Margheim and Scott Patton back there kind of just sitting back, kind of watching it all unfold and staying within striking distance. So it could be an advantage for our P3, P4.
There you see the 95, a good recovery there for Charlie Widener, still running in that top 5, the 5th position right now. Kyle Chadwick in behind him, just a few car lengths back, but still up front. The battle is for the lead. Everybody pretty much doing the single file deal throughout the race, and there you see the 41. He's going to get a little bit of help from Vern Markheim down now this time. He's going to get right on the back bumper and almost push, just like we saw the 41. Pushed the 05 on the outside and jumped right down on low to get that lead. And there you see Vern Markheim. He's going to maybe take a peek on the inside. Maybe he feels like he's a bit faster. He's going to try and get up towards the front.
Well, I think Markheim was kind of saving a little bit there. Now decides to possibly throw in here. Now I think he possibly may have a little bit of a quicker car as he drops to the bottom here. Look at the momentum as the 33 gains on the bottom here. They'll almost go door to door with Wesley Holland, the 41, but he dips back to the top side here. So plenty of speed, what we're seeing to the top here, but Holland dropping to the bottom there, putting the door to the front bumper.
Now, usually the leader, in this case it'll be James Lehman, likes looking in the mirror and seeing these cars side by side, but these guys are side by side, Holland and Markheim for second place, and they're still gaining on the back bumper of Lehman. Here you can see they sorted out just a little bit, and Markheim's going to get in the back tire tracks of the 41. They're going to try and close that gap just a little bit, and you got to wonder, what's that 41 going to do here? Is he going to go high? He's going to go all the way high. Lehman's going to go down on the bottom, and Markheim's almost going to split the difference and then come back down to that bottom side. And then a great battle there back there for 4th between Scott Patton and the number 95 of Widener. Those guys going at it as well, racing all over this racetrack.
And when last time we've seen a leadership age, Holland kind of assisted, so we see two cars kind of working together. It was a huge push, but it'll be interesting to see if some of these guys start working together to try to pick up some spots.
Coming to the stripe, lap number 90, 2/3, no, better than 2/3. 30 laps to go here as we cross the stripe. There's that side by side.
We're 3/4.
3/4, 3/4. That's almost 4
75%.
quarters. 75. There's the side by side battle there. Speaking of fourths, the fourth place car. Scott Patton getting a little bit of attack there from Charlie Widener. He's going to try and move on up. Not quite enough to get up in front and do that slide job, but they're side by side heading down into turn number 3.
Like what we talked about earlier, the battles that we're going to see in the final 30 laps. I think as we get closer to that 15-lap window, our good friends are going to be doing the stats here. Will we go to overtime here? You said earlier we're probably going to see these guys down. Will we see under a green flag situation as we do see Bill Paradise on pit road right now. So Kim Quick has also gone down pit road. Lots of fellas now taking a shot at pit road. So Ken Huber, the 30 machine, the cat machine, who was a leader earlier on, he's going to head down. So a lot of activity. They're not going to take the risk here. They're going to go down under green flag. So, the 41 of Holland into the wall, and that's what we talked about earlier. On the high side, you got to be so careful. As we also see Lehman with a little bit of a scrape ski off the top of the wall here. But definitely some damage on the 41, Paul.
Scott Patton gives up his position. He's going to come down to get service to his car. Brian Abbott, Joe Marks, James Brown, Rod Minton, Jay Smoke there in a 58 car. He's going to come down and get service to his car. Eric Talent, Merck, Ken Huber, Michael Milfelt already down on and away. But, man, here comes Kyle Chadwick. He's going to give up the 5th position in that 88 car. He's going to come get service. Now, do these guys stay out? We saw last time. The last time they stayed out, those 7 drivers, they were able to hold on to those top 7 positions. There he sees the 00 off pace. He's called a tow truck to get back to pit road there. But how long do these drivers stay out? Do they stay out as long as they possibly can? Wait for a caution once again. Because these drivers that are getting 4 fresh tires, or even potentially 2 tires, they're gonna be much quicker as they come on by. Kyle Chadwick, Mike Herter, they're coming down. Here comes Wesley Holland, gonna hit that thing with a hammer real quick. Can't spend too much time. Pitting under green flag takes up a lot of time. So we're looking again. 4 drivers still have not come down pit road. James Lehman, Vern Markheim, Charlie Widener, and James Hearns. Gotta give a call to that 78 car, man. He's really got these pit roads, these pit strategy figured out here. Running in the 4th position right now on the same strategy as those leaders. And he's up 22 spots since he qualified, running in the 4th. And he's got Kent Connolly a little bit further back there in the 088. I don't believe he's come down pit road yet. He's up 19 spots on the night, running in the top 5. He's going to come down pit road and get 4 fresh Goodyears on that car and rejoin the field. But up front, still James Lehman has not come down pit road yet with 4 cars on the lead lap.
Think about Lehman, I would stay out right now because the spotters are telling them that there's only 25 laps to go. You're going to have to pick it up here and pick up some spots because when that caution does come out, you need as many positions as possible on this restart that we're going to see eventually. So James Lehman, depending on fuel window here tonight, it was only about a 1.5 second difference between the 4 Goodyears right now and what we're currently seeing for James Lehman. Now that has dropped off by another 1/10 of a second here as he continues to ride out these old Goodyears here. But James Lehman, your current leader, he has a gap right now of I believe 5 seconds on a P2. James Hearns, who the 78 machine, has picked up 24 spots here tonight.
And then there were 2. Markheim and Widener come on down pit road to get service to their cars. James Lehman, James Hearn, the only 2 drivers to stay out so far. And like you made mention, man, James Hearns in that 78 car now up 24 spots since he qualified at the beginning of this race. And man, oh man, with 24 laps to go, they're definitely going to have to come down for fuel. But it's going to be a wonder. Do they stay out? Do they wait for the caution? Do you take 2 tires? Do you take no tires? Just splash. Give me a splash. I need 10 laps of fuel. Let's go. This is going to be exciting when it comes down to the checkered flag.
Well, you're seeing a car now picking up a lap now as he gets past the leader here. That is not a position change as we're seeing those 4 Goodyears now. Look at the difference in the fall off on those Goodyears. Lehman now getting passed by the Kodak Moment, the 4 machine. He's going to, Joe Marks, he's going to pick up his lap and 1 lap here.
And there goes the 60 of Jeff Merck. That is your third place car getting unlapped. So he is not for position, but he's now the final car on the lead lap. And you can see just how much quicker he is with 4 fresh tires underneath that car. You can see he's just driving away from our leader, James Lehman. And there you can see Scott Patton. He's the 4th place driver. Going to take it around the high side, make it look easy, making him look like Superman with the 4 fresh Mr. Feelgoods. How long does Lehman stay out? Well, he comes down pit road.
Whoa!
So there, coming in hot. Holy moly. Gets that thing woed up. Hopefully there's no penalty there. And James Hearn's going to follow him on down there in the 78 machine. Don't want to gamble too long. You saw just how much quicker those drivers are. Now, the question's going to be, what does James Lehman do to this race car? You can see on the left side of your screen, 30 seconds is the distance between first and third. We saw the 60 car of Jeff Merck get on around the leader. There you can see the right side is up in the air, drops the car, and that's it. 2 tires stop for James Lehman. The race is going to be, you can see Jeff Merck already heading on into turn number 1, so a 2-tire stop not going to get it done for Lehman. He's going to lose a whole bunch of time on track because these guys came down and they were really putting up some blistering lap times. So Scott Patton is actually now the leader, gets around James Merck, or Jeff Merck rather, in the 60 car. And I got some lap traffic ahead of him, Mikey. This is going to get good. Coming to the stripe, 20 laps to go.
Yeah, Lehman was really hoping that a splash of fuel, he was going to be able to get back out in front of those leaders, but there was a 30-second lap difference between the two, so he really had to pick it up, hence taking only 2 tires, but just not enough. Now finding himself in P8, so now 7 seconds off our new leader, Scott Patton, the 46 part of the Patton Paints is your leader. He's 6/10 of a second. That's Jeff Merck, who was the leader earlier on in the 60 machine.
20 laps to go. Check that. 19 laps to go here for the Multi-League Cup Series race at Charlotte. The shorter, condensed version of the Coca-Cola 600. 120 laps on the docket for the evening. Already run 101 of them. 19 laps to go as Scott Patton holds on to a 1-second lead over the number 60 of Jeff Merck. Couple of drivers that came down pit road a little bit earlier than everybody else. Wesley Holland, Vern Markheim, and Ken Huber rounding out the top 5. Want to thank everybody for tuning in here on Facebook and on YouTube. Again, be sure to give us a like, a subscribe, a share, all that good stuff. Let your friends and family know that you're watching some iRacing action here on Vidane TV. Final send-off before the big Memorial Day weekend here in the States. And man, oh man, has it been exciting throughout the evening.
Lehman now has picked up 2 spots on the 123 of Michael Milfett Jr., as well as Kyle Chadwick, but he's a man on the move. James Lehman with a splash of fuel and 2 tires. Does he have something for us now as he continues to rise to the top?
Potential, definitely a potential there, but it's pretty far back, all the way back in that 6th position. He would need a caution, and that might benefit him greatly, because he's going to have a couple lap fresher tires than these guys, because he came down so much later than the other leaders to on board with the 88 of Kyle Chadwick. You can see he's got a bird's eye view for James Lehman going down low on the 30 car of Ken Huber. So move James Lehman up to 5, up to the 5th position in that 05 Toyota. He's coming in a hurry. Next victim, it looks like, going to be Vern Markheim in that 33 car.
Yeah, I'm liking this with those 2 tires, splash of fuel. It looks now the question is, did our leader Scott Patton take 4 or just 2 on that last pit stop?
We could take a look here at the pit stop times, and that's usually a tall tale there. You can see 14-second or so stops throughout the entire field. It looks like James Lehman, the only driver to take 2 tires on that last pit stop. So that may very well be the call of the race here. You can see he is definitely quick. He's closing in on the back bumper of the 41 car of Wesley Holland. We know Wesley's got a little bit of damage there, but Wesley is still holding on tough with the top, with the 2nd and 3rd place drivers, the Jeff Merck and Vern Markheim.
Well, Markheim and Merck going at it there as they continue to go toe-to-toe, but man of the hour right now, James Lehman with the 2-tire pit stop. Will it be enough here as we get to 14 laps to go? Your leader, the 46 of Scott Patton. Patton Paints is dominating once again here in the Multi-League. Here at Charlotte, as we take a peek at the track, look at the spread right across here in Charlotte.
kind of showing you where all the drivers are throughout the track. Those numbers inside those bubbles are the car numbers. And you can see Scott Patton in the 46 has quite a bit of a gap over the 33 car there, who's just coming out of turn number 4, getting ready to cross the stripe. And you can see the 5 car of Eric Talent down on pit road. A scary almost wreck earlier on here tonight, but was able to get that thing collected back up. Just one of the new tricks and tools here that we have at Verdane TV with the SDK gaming software. Great to be able to use this awesome stuff, and we like trying to experiment with it every now and again. So if you see something you like, let us know. If you think we're overusing something, let us know that as well. We're always looking for the constructive criticism here at Verdane TV, and we always appreciate the comments there. Oh, a little 3-wide action here. We'll take a peek at that. About that Kodak moment, if you will. It's Kodak. The 4 car, Joe Marks, scored in 17th. He's a couple laps down at this point, as is the 556 of Bill Paradise. But still running with James Lehman, who's made his way up to 3rd, Mikey.
Yeah, he's still got a bit of a gap right now on Vernon Markham. About 1 1/3 second difference. But that is continuously staying constant right now. So Lehman has to find some speed. He might have to go to the top side where he's seen a lot of speed earlier on, but time is not on his hands as we get close to the 10 lap to go here. We are 11 to go currently as we continue to knock these laps off.
I'm amazed at how fast that car is with 2 tires here. Everybody else taking 4 tires. Usually you'll get a little bit of a split between the two, and you can see, just even looking out the windshield here of the 05 car, he is closing on Vern Markheim in that 33 in a big way, and he can see the leader. 10 laps to go here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. 1.5 miles, what's that, 15 miles? Is that enough time for James Lehman to get up to the 2nd position or even the 1st position without a caution?
Well, if there's no cautions, probably about 320 seconds from now, we will find out as they continue to knock this off. But one in particular, the cat car, Ken Huber, finds himself in P4. That 30 machine had a wonderful night at the beginning, but with the shakeup on pit road and everything going on, Ken Huber finds himself not contending for the lead just yet, but a caution could come out. I do predict the caution will come out before we get to that green, and this may end up going to overtime.
41 car, the handling seems like it's starting to become a handful for the Wesley Holland machine. There you saw him scrape the wall just briefly there. Dropped all the way back to the 5th position. 6th position is Kyle Chadwick in the 88. Just got on around him in that 88 Ally machine. He's going to move up towards the front. And Wesley Holland, 8 laps to go to try and get that thing nursed in. You can see the right side of that car. Quite a few scuff marks hitting the outside wall. Been involved in a couple of incidences throughout the night, but still making it look easy running that top side. Check in with the leader again, Scott Patton. You can see just gets has a mirror full now of Vern Markheim. So what happens if Vern gets up there and starts running side by side and potentially gives James Lehman a shot to close the gap? You can see over there on the left side of your screen, he's gained about a half a second. Lehman has gained about a half a second on the leader, Scott Patton. And you can see now Vern Markheim closing right up into the back bumper here of that 46 machine. Mikey, I think we're going to have a 3-way dance for the lead.
100%, and if we do not see that caution as they come down to the backstretch into turn 3 and 4, it's a 1.5 second Lehman falling off just a little bit, losing 1/10 of a second there. But this is what he wants to see. He wants to see Markheim and Patton go at it, use up some of that car so he can get closer to be able to be with him striking distance as we knock off. Now 6 to go here, coming out of 1 and 2 into the backstretch here. Can Lehman really surge here? But we're not seeing it just yet. So will that caution come out? That is the big question here. Will it go to overtime? But what a battle out front. Markheim and Patton going at it here for you folks at home.
Entertaining the masses here on Verdane TV. We're taking a peek at the graphic. That's the last 5 lap times for your 1st and 2nd place driver, Scott Patton and Vern Markheim. 4 of the 5, it's been Markheim that's been quicker by about 1/10 for a couple of laps, up to 3/10. A few laps ago, dead even last time by that's because the 32 was glued to that bumper of the 46 car. He's trying to get up around him. He's trying to do everything he can. Trying high, trying low, looking high, looking low. There you can see he gives him a little bit of a scrubby scrub on the back bumper. 4 laps to go as they cross the stripe.
Lehman's still about 1.5 seconds behind, but man, there is some exchanges of paint right now between the 33 and the 46. With 4 to go here, that is going to continue to brew here as into the wall. Mergheim will go into contact. Man, he's going to fall off about 1/4 of a second now, 1/3 of a second. Pat will continue to surge, but look at this. We got a lap car trying to pick up a lap here. That's the Burger King machine. He's going to come in for the dance, but I think he needs to let these guys battle it out here. 3 to go here, and look at that, a 1/2 second fall off now for Vernon Margheim, picking up some damage as he spanked that wall, but James Lehman now within about almost just over 1 1/8. Lehman now entering the picture on the screen.
You can see the 38 car, the Burger King car, whoppered that outside wall there on the front stretch. He's going to come on around. He just came off pit road. He's got fresher tires. He's going to come on around Vern Margheim and not for position, but he's going to try and gain his lap back. There you can see the back end of, or the back quarter panel there on the right side of that car all caved in. So he's going to shoot up around the leader there to try and get his lap back. But man, oh man, the popsicle sticks were in the air this time by. We're coming to the white flag here. I don't think James Lehman's going to have enough time. You can see he's lost about 1/10 of a second to the leader. I think if Vern was able to stay side by side there with Patton, they would have been able to close the 3 cars up together, and we would have seen something a little bit on the special side, but it's looking like the white flag, a white rag coming out here, the 38 car, really trying to hold on to that lap there. Taking a quick peek, not sure where the 38 car is on the scoring tower.
2 laps, now picking up 1.
There we go. Christopher Davis there scored in the 21st position. So taking those fresh tires up towards the front. But up in the front, it's still going to be Scott Patton holding on to the lead. All he's got to do is make sure that car stays in one piece. He's going to come off turn number 4 and Bobby up in the flag stand, waving that checkered flag, red, white, and blue in victory lane. Cranking it. Scott Patton coming home with the victory. Vern Margheim, hell of a battle there for the last couple of laps. Unfortunately, slapped the outside wall. He's going to come home second. How about the drive? How about the drive from the 05 of James Lehman and the 05 Toyota? He's going to come home third. Ken Huber, Kyle Chadwick rounding out the top 5. Charlie Widener, Michael Milfeld Jr., Wesley Holland in the 41. He comes home 8th. James Hearns, that 78 car, finishes 9th after gaining 17 spots on the night. And Mike Erder, hard charger for sure. And that's going to round out the top 10. And 46 there of Scott Patton. Gonna burn them down there on the front stretch. What a fantastic race here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Mikey.
Well, they definitely made it interesting. The final 20 laps. Did James Lehman have something for Scott Patton? Probably on a restart, but I think with the only choosing the 2 tires, it would have been interesting to see if they actually went down pit road again for that final shootout. But we did not see that. Scott Patton picking up a big one here as he had a disappointing week in Austin as Ken Huber took it away. But it's going to be exciting to see what these boys have for us here tonight in the interview.
Absolutely, and we're already going to catch up with Scott Patton. He's still burning the tires down on the front stretch here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Woo-hoo. Scott, what a fantastic run. You made it look easy. Talk to us.
Wow, what an interesting race. I don't know how it was from your viewpoint, but it was a long race. A lot of action and a lot of strategy, a lot of close action up there, man. We avoided a lot of incidents tonight and a lot of times to get tangled up with a lot of hard racers, and it was just a great race overall, and glad we ended up front when it counted.
You're about as out of breath as we are up here in the booth. What an exciting final 5 or so laps. You and Vern Margheim, the 33 car, with a huge charge towards the end of the race, and ended up slapping the outside wall and losing a bit of momentum. And what was going through your head at that point? Vern was all over that back bumper.
Yeah, I saw him approaching. I saw the gap about, I don't know, a 10th of a lap or so. Back up before that, 10 or 15 laps maybe prior to that, I was pacing off of Wes Holland. I think he was about 3 seconds with fresher tires, so I was kind of pacing behind him, well, judging my pace off of his pace. and the closing rate versus the closing laps and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, Vernon got by him, and Vernon was in my relative, catching me by 3, 4, 5 tenths a lap. And I was like, uh-oh, I think I have a different issue to worry about here. So, but yeah, great job by him. And when he got to me with like 4 laps to go, I kind of knew I had one shot to try to hold him off and make him burn his stuff up enough to where we could hold him off, because I knew once he got by, that would pretty much be game over. But I also knew from earlier experience in the race that I was able to race guys for 2, 3, 4 laps. So I'm like, all I need to do is stay basically side by side, if not keep them behind me, and see if we can't make it to lap 120. So that we did. I feel bad that we got some contact there, and he ended up in the wall and going backwards. He's always a hard racer and clean racer, and it's always fun racing with him. So awesome job by him, and James Lehman, nice podium for him as well. Ken Huber, shout out to him too. We had some awesome racing earlier. Really hard racing, but it's always clean and fun with him.
Absolutely, made it look easy. We had a couple quick cautions earlier on, some green flag pit stops that you absolutely nailed. Came home with the victory, up 7 spots from your qualifying position. And, well, we got a 2-part question here. We're taking a great look. I got to say, a lot of drivers like to run the patriotic paint schemes, but I don't think I've seen one done better with your regular series paint scheme and then adding the little bit of a patriotic flair to us. Talk to us about your paint scheme, and then let us know who gets it done for the 46 team.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We spent some time this afternoon working on the paint. Somebody asked me, I think I picked you up, and someone was like, hey, why didn't you put it like bright red? And I was like, well, I want it like similar enough to where, I think it was Merck, I was giving him crap about it. I was like, well, I want it similar enough to where you know who it is when I'm in front of you, you know? So I want it recognizable, but still supporting our military, which is what this weekend, Memorial Weekend, is all about. Supporting all branches of the military. Myself, I'm a little bit partial to the Marine Corps, because I was in the Marine Corps in the early 2000s. So that's my unit on the front hood, the Commandant Zone, the Drum and Bugle Corps, along with the digital camo on the skirts and the Marine Corps sticker on the back. So Stone River Outfitters still keeping the same on the side panels there. They pay for our gas every week to get to the racetrack. Check them out at StoneRiverOutfitters.com for all your fly tying needs. They ship throughout the whole country, so check them out.
Absolutely. Well, sir, thank you so much for your service, and thank you so much for entertaining the masses here, putting on one hell of a show here on Verdane TV with the Multi-League Cup Series. Congratulations.
Appreciate it, Paul. Appreciate all you guys do. Mike up there in the booth, we always enjoy your broadcasts, and appreciate all the work you do during the week, and looking forward to... Do we have a couple off weeks now? I don't even know. Is the break now? No, I think we have a couple more. Right?
You're the boss. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we got a couple more coming up, so... yeah, looking forward to that, and appreciate all you guys at Verdane TV. Hope the fans appreciate it, and hope everybody has an awesome and safe Memorial Day weekend.
Absolutely. Great run by the 46. Another great victory for Scott Patton in that machine, and I'm going to slide it on down pit road a little bit further to Mikey. Mike, you've caught up with the second place finisher, Vern Margheim.
Vern Margheim, how are you? The 33 machine falling into P2. What a run you had here tonight. Did you think you had something there for the 46 of Scott Patton?
I'll tell you, I know I had something for Scott. I had, several fresher tires on him. I knew if I could get to his outside, I could pass him. Guys, I just thought it was a little bit rough there, the last couple laps, and he was blocking low, blocking high, and then blocking low, and I tried to go high on him, and he went high, and we went in the wall, and that ended my night right there for the lead. And I had something for him. This Haley Manufacturing Chevrolet was just on top of it tonight from the get-go, just hanging out, and it just things like that do happen. I know that the way people get raced, the way you get raced back, but Scott's a great guy. He's a good racer. He's a hard-nosed racer. He knew he had older tires. He was doing everything he could to stay in front of me.
Coming in tonight, you picked up 8 spots from your qualifier. What were you expecting coming in? Long runs, short runs? We had a couple of long runs there in the middle.
Yeah, if you noticed midway through there when we were having a long run, Kyle, what helped us out was Kyle Chadwick and I. We were kind of running on the same schedule. Didn't even mean to do it, but we were. We were able to make it where these guys all had to pit, so we were sitting pretty from then on out, saving fuel. And then at the end there, I knew that I was going to have fresher tires. I was just waiting on Lehman. Lehman was just so damn fast all night long. I had to do something to pass him. And coming in the pits 1-2 laps earlier before he did, it really paid off. Really, I mean, I ended up a couple seconds in front of him. He was able to catch up at the end, but stayed in front of him. It was a great race.
Well, you made it exciting for all of us up here in the booth as well as for the fans at home. Vernon, who gets it done for you for your team?
You know, Can-Am is my teammates. They always help me out a lot. But, you know, Young & Sons out of Indianapolis, Indiana, Indiana Diesel, and Haley Manufacturing out of Washington State. They're on board for the whole season, and they're going to be coming out with a new ride next year. So we're hoping I just get signed up with them again for one more year.
Awesome to hear, Vernon. Now, my first time speaking to you. Do you actually take some time into the real racetrack? Do you travel around, or any favorites out there for this weekend?
You know, I don't really travel around that much. We're a big Van Alstyne fans here in Indiana for the ARCA season. If you're talking about real Cup racing, other than that, I raced for 20 years on the racetrack, local tracks up in the Northwest. And then I've been on sim racing now since 2012, so had a lot of practice on this. This really helps out. We do a lot of practice throughout the week for these tracks, and even hours leading into this, we're on this sim running, 200-300 laps before this race. So it pays off, that's for sure.
20 years now. My racing career goes back 20 years. I retired 20 years ago. What were you running back then? Late models, super lates, modifieds? Dirt?
I was running anything from demolition derby bump and pass cars all the way up to street stocks. Never did make it into late models. Never had the sponsorship to do that, but I had a lot of fun running bombers hobbies up in Washington State for many years, and had made a lot of good friends, and moved up here to Indiana, and just a lot more racing up here to watch, and so we're enjoying life.
Well, I actually got a real race to call this weekend at my home track. We got the Advanced Auto Parts Series, and one of my favorites is obviously the Street Stocks, and it's our biggest class this weekend as well. So congratulations, Vernon, man. Great to hear all the history behind you, and congratulations on your podium finish.
Yeah, thank you, and congratulations to Scott Patton. Ran a pretty good race there. Held me off at the end. Congratulations to him. Thanks, guys, for announcing tonight. We greatly appreciate it.
Percent, Paul, man, what a monster night for Vern. I really was hoping that caution was going to come out, but a couple more laps, I think he would have had it without that damage off the wall.
Speaking of a couple more laps, and he might have had it down here with a third place finisher. Listen, James, I got 2 beers left out of this 6-pack. There's one for you. How about that drive towards the end? 2 tires on the final pit stop, and you drove all the way up to third. If the caution came out, did you have anything for the 33 and the 46?
I mean, I still had a little bit in the tank, I'll be honest. I was holding back even as fast as I was going. But honestly, that last pit stop there, like coming to that last pit stop, I was just kind of just in the zone. And then Mert, me and him were sitting in the same TeamSpeak channel. He hit me over the radio and he was like, "Hey, you gonna pit soon?" I'm like, "Why?" And he says, "You're one of 2 people still on the track that haven't pitted." I was like, "Oh, well, I messed up." So the only way I knew that I could make up the time was taking 2 tires, and I think I was probably the only person this whole race that took 2 tires, and shocking to see how good it actually did for the 20 laps.
He definitely made it look easy, and man, oh man, we're following after that last pit stop, just watching you drive up through the field and hold on to that lead, and man, you made it look easy. That 05 car absolutely set up on rails. I gotta ask, I'm gonna be that guy. Do you do your own setups? Do you have a team? Do you have a group of guys that you kind of work with a little bit? Because that car was hooked up tonight.
Well, here we run fixed setups in this league, and that's a big thing.
I knew that.
But on my personal time, yeah, I make my own setups, so I usually start with the fix and then go from there. So mainly most of my setups are fixed, just a couple tweaks.
Absolutely. Well, definitely made it look easy here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and just really rooting for you towards the end. I think a couple more laps, it would have been a 3-way dance there for the lead, but third place, definitely a solid run, and a solid qualifying effort, too, starting up in the top 5 as well. So we know people don't do it alone here in the sim racing and real racing world as well. Who gets it done? Who gets the 05 to and from the track each and every week?
My wife. She supports me and pays for the funds mainly. And then everybody here at the league, man, it always makes it fun when everybody comes out. We have a nice big field. I think I saw 35, if I'm correct or wrong. I don't know. I think I saw 35 started the race, so that was pretty good. And you guys put on a great broadcast. I look forward to watching it later and seeing how it turned out.
Now, I also have one more question. We know the multi-league, they run, this is the multi-league cup series. They run Thursday nights, and the multi-league is kind of a combination of three feeder, I don't really want to call them feeder leagues, but leagues that kind of came together to make one big super league. You've got Frankenstein, you've got Revved Up, and then you've got Highline. Which one of those leagues are you most attached to, and do you run any other nights of the week with these multi-league guys? It's 7 nights a week, and I think some nights you guys run 2-3 races?
Yeah, some nights it's every night. I believe it's Sundays we run 2 nights, two races a night, 1 race in the morning and then 2 races at night usually. No, there's not really a league I stick to, honestly. I came over here to these guys a couple years ago, and I kind of stayed here. Good group of guys, and the other races that I race throughout the week is usually. My favorite one is Mondays, was the truck series that we run. It follows the week 13 series, not week 13, but the season series that iRacing gives out. And then Wednesday night, that's ran by Ken Huber. Awesome road series. We're doing our 2nd season this time around, and it's, for the 15 people that show up every week, it's it's pretty competitive with the 15 people. So, and then Saturday nights is starting to become a big one. Oh, it's going to become a big one shortly because we got the SK modifieds and we run heat races and stuff with that.
Nice, very, very cool, and very, very flexible to a race car driver driving different things here in the iRacing sim. And again, if you want to check it out at home, iRacing.com, they've got that deal set up, $20.22. But man, great solid run here tonight, James. 3rd place, congratulations.
Thanks a lot, Paul.
Whew, Mikey, I need a cigarette after that one. What a race!
Well, smoking's bad for you, Paul. But did you get through 2/3 of your beer?
We got through a couple sips of it. I don't want to drink too much on the job. They might fire me. But man, we're taking a look at the running order right now. Scott Patton, Vern Markheim, James Lehman. We just talked to those podium finishers. Great run for those guys. Entertaining towards the back of the pack. Ken Huber, Kyle Chadwick, Charlie Widener, Michael Milfelt Jr., Wesley Holland, James Harris, and Mike Erder rounding out the top 10. There you see Jeff Merck dropping back to 11th there in the 60 car. Brian Abbott, Kent Connolly, and Rod Minton. That's going to be the last driver on the lead lap. You can see Joe Marks finishing 15th, Bill Paradise finishing 16th, Eric Talent and Kim Quick having a rough go, but they're 1 lap down at the end of the race. And you can see Jason Hughes, Jay Smoke, as it were, in the 58, finishes 19th. Calvin Miller 2 laps down. Christopher Davis 2 laps down. Almost got one of those laps back towards the end, but I believe he got passed again there. And then the rest of the field having some trouble earlier on. James Brown, Brad Ream, Ken Richardson, Kerry Cleaver, Sean Turner, David Schreck, John Pansula, Jack Watts, Dave Lowell. I'm not sure how to say that. In the 009 there, finishing 30th. George Jones and James Haney having a rough go of it here. But what an entertaining race. Absolutely phenomenal race here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Coke 600, the final race before Memorial Day weekend here on Verdane TV. And take a quick look at the upcoming schedule here. And racing 3 nights a week here on Verdane TV during the summer months. And we've talked, made mention earlier on in the show, New England, Pennsylvania iRacing Group, NEPS. Those guys are coming back once the local track season wraps up. They did finalize their schedule. You can check it out over on their Facebook page. And they're going to be coming back, bringing a lot of the Stafford Speedway regulars, late model guys, some tour mod guys, a couple of SK guys. I hear there's some street stock guys jumping on in there too. So that'll be very entertaining. The East Coast Winter League, Dylan Kopeck and his guys, they're going to be coming back for Sunday nights running the SK Modifieds and the Tour Mods here on Verdane TV. And we got some Liberty State Racing, or some Liberty Racing Series. It's the partner project, or the side project there for Wesley Hogue. They actually ran tonight as well. So we're going to be putting them on board here. And Monday night we're off. Usually have the Sim 500 Trans Service Cup Series. They're taking Memorial Day off, so they'll be back in 2 weeks' time. Next Wednesday, going to be able to catch up with Tim's Corner Motorsports, the 18th episode of Tim's Corner Live. And we had a couple of guests up there from Eastbound Park, your home track here, this past Wednesday. So be sure to check that out on Spotify and all the different podcast downloads. Check it out on the Facebook page for Tim's Corner Motorsports as well. Fatheads Cup Series back in action Wednesday night, 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time, and then Thursday night, the Multi-League Cup Series returns here on Thursday, and then we've got a couple of off weeks on Thursday nights from what it sounds like, so give us a little bit of time to recharge here and get on with the racing groove. And Fridays we are unavailable. Unfortunately, not going to make it to Stafford tomorrow. It doesn't look like 2.5 inches of rain or so, so we're going to have to pull out the kayak and see if we can do a little bit of boat racing up at the track, but gives us an opportunity to enjoy the weekend, hang out with some friends and family, and get on down the line. Do want to remind everybody, June 12th, going to be Verdane Racing Championship night at Stafford Motor Speedway. Richard Beasley and Jarrett Bollier are going to be in the Rent-A-Race Car Street Stocks. They are the past 2 Verdane Racing Super Speedway champions, and they're going to be in there bringing the championship belts back. Going to be riding in racing in the street stock race, courtesy of Rent-A-Race Car at Stafford Motor Speedway. We're going to be camping out all weekend long, too, under the Verdane TV and the Rent-A-Race Car banner, right at the racetrack. They've got some camper tents camping set up, so we're going to be hanging out, grilling, and having a couple of cold wobbly pops, as our friends up north call them, and we're going to be hanging out as well. I'll be there. Kevin England picked up his ticket. He's going to be there all weekend as well, and it's going to be an absolute blast. So we'd love to see you come out to Stafford Motor Speedway if you're up around the area. I know, Mikey, you got to get a boat, man. Couple of weeks. You got to get down here. Sneak out of the borders and come down. We'll pick you up on the Connecticut River somewhere.
We're going to be pretty busy as we go back to back from now till October. So maybe we'll check out some cup racing in the fall and chase some playoffs together. But man, Paul, sorry about the technical difficulties at the beginning here. We had some issues with the Discord, but man, when it got it fired up here tonight, what a great night to watch Scott Patton take the big win and Vernon Marghan really putting it on, really solid here tonight. James Lehman. With that pit strategy, kind of by accident, picking up 2 tires, made it interesting for us all as he, found himself in 8th and then wound out on the podium after with those 2 tire change. So, wild night here in Charlotte, man. Looking forward to next Thursday and getting back in action with you and getting everybody back in the saddle.
Absolutely, and that's going to call it a wrap here tonight for the weekend here for Verdane TV. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on Facebook, on YouTube. Be sure to give us a like, a share, a subscribe, all that good stuff. Made mention, we've got 500 subscribers over there on the YouTube, and we're shooting for 1,000. We want to double that by the end of the year if we possibly can. So let your friends know you just watched some iRacing action here on Verdane TV. We will catch you on the flip side. When we do, we're going to be doing it live. Have a great night.